Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how you can do hand gesture recognition on a live camera preview in Expo React Native application for Android using Camera X as well as MediaPipe. So let's get started. So first I'll show you guys the output. So I'll just make use of Android Studio to mirror my device. So first it is asking me for camera permission. I'll just give the camera permission, and then I'll just move my hand in front of my camera. Okay, so hopefully you got the output. So yeah, let's see how to achieve this. So first I have just created one cheat sheet. So to create an Expo React Native project, you can just go to this particular URL over here, and I'm using this blank TypeScript template, but you can use whatever you feel like. So to create an Expo React Native project, you can just run this particular command. So this will create a blank TypeScript Expo React Native project for you. Once you have created the project, so I had to use a native code. At the time of me recording this video, there is no third-party library available for this. So the next step, to set up native code, you need to install some tools as well. So for that, you can just go to this particular URL over here. Here you can select Android device, you can select development build. I will disable EAS. I'll just select, or just select your operating system. Then you can install Watchman, you can install Cas Zulu as well, and here I can set Java Home. Then I have already installed Android Studio. I have already done all of this setup, so I'm not doing it again. So you can just scroll through this, just set all these paths, and then you can just set the source home as well. Then you need to cd into your Expo React Native project and then run this particular command. And after that you need to run this particular command. So once you run this command, you should be able to see this Android folder being created inside your Expo React Native project. Once that is done, we need to create a separate module as well where we will be writing native code. So again, I'll just copy this and I'll open it inside a new tab. I'll simply scroll through this, and then again I'll just copy this. So once you copy this, it will ask you some questions like what should be the module name and everything. I have kept everything as default, so just press enter thrice. Once that is done, so I'll just close my cheat sheet as well. So once you have created a module, you should see this modules folder as well. So first you need to go to the modules, my module, src mymodule.type.ts, and here I have commented out these two things. So firstly, we are not passing any props, so this URL is for prop, so I have commented this out. And we are not really sending any data from native Android side to React Native or Expo side, so we don't require this onload event as well. So I'll just remove that as well. Then let's see how to use it first. So you can just go to app.tsx, you can add all these imports. Then here we use the state of camera permission. Then here we have this method, if platform is Android, then we just request for camera permission. Okay, and if camera permission is granted, then I just change the state of this. I just change this particular state. Then inside use effect, we just call request camera and storage permission. If camera permission is granted, we just display our module view. Else we display a text saying camera permission not granted. Then here are all the styles for it as well. So yeah, that's it. Next, you need to go to the main Android folder, go to app, src main android manifest.xml, and here you need to add this uses feature of Android hardware camera as well as camera permission. Then you need to go to modules, my modules, you need to go to Android folder, you need to go to build.gradle, and here inside dependency you need to add this MediaPipe task vision, then camera core, camera 2, camera lifecycle, camera view, constraint layout. And here you can just make it like this, so that we are future proof, because currently this Gradle file uses Groovy, but in future versions of Expo they might change it to Kotlin, so I don't want my code to break, so you can use it like this. Then you need to go to src main, and here inside assets you need to copy paste this. Now from where you can download this, so you can just go to the MediaPipe gesture recognizer documentation. So here you can see, I will just come over here, you can need to just scroll down, and here you can just download this hand gesture classifier as well. Once you have downloaded, you just have to drag and drop it over here. then go to Java, Expo modules, and whatever is your module name. So first you need to create this gesture recognizer helper.kt. Now first you need to write your own package name. To get your package name, you can just go to mymodule.kt. Whatever first line you see over here, you can copy paste it over here. Now I'll simply scroll through this file, because even I have copy pasted all this code from the MediaPipe documentation. So here you can see we are setting the base, like this is boilerplate code for setting up gesture recognizer. If you want to learn more about it, you can just read the documentation as well. So here you can ignore this particular method because this is for video. We are not really doing it for video. So again, I'll simply scroll through this as well. And then here is for recognizing image. Again, this is only for static image. It's not really helpful for us. So if you want, you can ignore it as well. Then this we really need this. We need this as well. Here we are returning any errors, if any. These are just helpful methods which we have defined. In case if you have decided to name the model something else, make sure you change it over here as well. And here we have a data class of result bundle, and here we have an interface which has two methods of on error as well as on results. Then here we have this overlay view.kt file. Again, these are all the imports for it. And here we have this class overlay view. Again, I'll simply scroll through this file. Feel free to pause the video and just copy this code. So this will help us to draw the overlay on our hand. Okay. Then you need to go to mymodule.kt, and firstly here you will see this prop and this event. So I have commented this out as well because we are not really using it. So make sure you do that. Then go to mymodule view.kt, and firstly these are all the imports. So again, I'll simply scroll through this. Here we are extending this gesture recognizer listener. Here is our constraint layout. This is the preview view, and this is the overlay view, and here is our background executor service. Then here we have the image analysis. Here is the preview camera, process camera provider, and here is the front facing camera. Here is our gesture recognizer helper. Here we set default values as well. Here we get hold of our current activity. Here is our life cycle. Then here we set layout params for our constraint layout. I'll come back, and here what basically we are doing is that we are making sure the live camera preview occupies the entire width and height of the screen. And here we have one method called install hierarchy fitter. I'll come back to this in a bit. So again, I'll simply scroll through this. Again, here for the overlay view, we are making sure we occupy the entire width and height of the screen. So again, I'll simply scroll through this. Then inside background executor.execute, we initialize our gesture recognizer helper. Then here we called viewfinder post setup camera. Then so basically why we are writing this particular bit of code. So this is a hack which we need to do so that your live camera preview is displayed properly. Otherwise you will see a black screen. If you want to learn more about it, you can go to this particular issue which has been open since 8 years in React Native's repo, and they still haven't fixed it. Then here we get hold of our camera provider future. We add a listener. We get hold of our camera provider. We bind the camera use case. We get hold of the aspect ratio strategy. Here is our resolution selector. Then we get the camera provider. Here is our camera selector as well. Then we initialize the preview view. We initialize our image analyzer as well. And inside the analysis, we just call recognize hand. Then we unbind our camera provider. We bind it to the life cycle over here. We set the surface provider. Then here we call recognize hand, where we pass the image proxy. Then inside on error, we just log it to the console. So if you want, you can handle it in a better way. Then inside on results, we just do overlay view.set results, and then we invalidate our overlay. And inside on detach from window, we just shut down our background executor. So yeah, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.